Welcome back, family. Hey, I'm sorry I missed you guys last week, but for the final order cutoff for November 20th, I'm here for you. Now, bear in mind that this is the final order cutoff. This is going to be the books that will be hitting your store the Wednesday before Christmas. So you're going to see some Christmas-themed books in here. I'm going to tell you what I'm actually going to be ordering myself, which looking so far into Boom and DC, not too much. But we're going to delve into the other comic book companies as we go. Again, just to give you a little heads up about how I do this, I try to point out any number ones, new series, any second printings that people might be interested in, cool cover art, and also if you got involved in a new comic book, I try to point out all the number twos. I don't go into threes and fours and fives. But if you tried a new comic book and you're like, hey, I kind of like this, this show will also serve as your reminder, hey, if you liked it, number two is your pre-order. This is when you want to get it. So again, this is just your final order cutoff for November 20th, 2023. And let's delve right into it. Okay, so we are going to hit this one. Yes! Hey, I finally clicked the right one for a change. Okay, so we have, right from Boom Studios, we have Lotus Land #1 second printing. Some people are into the second printings. Also, if you missed the first print, you just want to pick up a copy to read, this is your chance to order it. As far as Boom Studios, there's only one other one here that I think is a little bit interesting. It's called Under Heist, #1 of 5. It's a 5-part series. After his gambling addiction brings David to the lowest point in his life and decimates his personal life, he'd do anything for one last chance at setting things right. Okay, right at that point, I already, it's not the kind of comic book that I read, but again, if that sounds something that's interesting to you, by all means. If everybody liked the same book, they'd only make one. So, okay, so another one that if you were interested in, if you liked Zawa, the issue #1, which I just got this past week, issue #2 of #5 will be hitting the stands in December, and this is your final order cutoff reminder. Jumping into DC, there are 3 books that I think are really interesting. One is you have the Joker, Harley Quinn, Uncovered. Uncovered. It's reprinting some of the best of the sold-out Joker and Harley Quinn Uncovered editions, and it says, and some secret surprises. There are a bunch of different covers here, but this one, of course, is so iconic. It's going to be, as it looks like, a, what do you call it? A virgin variant of it. I don't know if it's anything on the inside. Now, there is also a foil Alex Ross, but it says image not available. I'm assuming it's a foil version of this. It's $9.99. If you want to take a chance, you go right ahead. I've ordered one of these for myself, so that's what the little green box is for. There are a couple of interesting Santa, Christmas storylines. We've got the Superman #9. The cover E has the, I'm going to order this right now. I'm just going to click it and click it to ticket. There we go. Order. Yay. Close that pop-up. Get back over here. So this is, of course, the homage to Action #1. So Superman with his sleigh looking all ticked off. The elves are running for their lives. So it's kind of cool. There is also a Wonder Woman homage. This is cover D, Pablo Villalobos Santa variant, and she's trying to figure out exactly what I'm looking at here. She's trying to rope the reindeer, I guess. Looks like she's riding one. I don't know. I know that this reminds me of a cover from, like, maybe Wonder Woman #1, but it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's not as good, in my opinion, as the Superman one, though. Anyway, those are your little Christmas ones. So, hey, if you got kids that are interested in Superman and Wonder Woman, and you want to get that last-minute stocking stuffer, fold the book to put it in the stocking, but you know what I'm saying. Something extra for them to have on Christmas Day in shops on December 19th. These are your chances to grab it. All right, so now we're going to head into the wonderful world of Marvel, which means I'm hitting pause. Okay, here we go. So yeah, right off the bat, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 41. This is the What If variant with the Disney characters. Some people collect them. I do. So I've got one of these ordered for myself because they're just goofy enough to be goofy. The cover A, by the way, does feature Kingpin on it, but honestly, I don't like the cover. I'm sorry, I just don't. But if you're into the story and you like, Romita Jr.'s, his art really is hit or miss for me, and this one missed. We have Beware of the Planet of the Apes, number 1. So it looks like a new storyline coming out this way. And there are a few different covers. And of course, this one's kind of cute. It does have a Scotty Young variant. So I like that one. I have this one on order. Moving on, what do we have? Carnage, number 2. So if you liked the first one, there's your chance to get the second book in the series. Fall of the House of X, number 1. Now this is, looks like it's, Cyclops is on trial for, which is facing the death penalty. So, how do you think he's gonna, do you think they're gonna kill Cyclops? No, I don't think so. So, let's see what happens with the storyline. There is a Archer Magic variant, and that looks awesome. I love that one. And there is also a, I think she's Kate or a Shadow Cat or Kitty Pryde or however you want to refer. I don't know what she goes by these days, but it is a beautiful In-Hyuk Lee. And you got the, oh God, the dragon, Lockheed. My God, Lockheed there on her shoulder. This looks great. I love that cover. I know I have that one ordered. I'm just going to double check. No, I didn't order it yet. Order. Okay. Gotta get my... Hey, if Larry can get every Dazzler, I can get every Kitty Pryde. There we go. Kid Venom Origins, number 1. Not familiar with this character at all, but they got a Spider Boy. I guess it makes sense that they're going to start getting younger versions of different characters, and Venom would be the next one. There is a Humberto Ramos variant, and that looks really, really sick. I'm not into Venom as much as a lot of people are. Most people are. I'm the oddball. I get it. But that cover right there, that variant looks really nice. We have Marvel Meow, number 1. Hey, you know what? The dogs have had their turn having some of their own comic books. It's time the cats got out there. So, I like cats, but I'm allergic to them, and they know it. So, little buggers always seek me out. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. He gets his own series here. I don't know if it's short term or whatever, but I have a copy of this ordered just to see what it's like. There are a bunch of different variants. I think there's also a Wolverine variant on this, but just check them out if it's something that you're interested in. Spider-Woman number 2. If you like number 1, here's your call to order number 2. Same thing goes for Thanos. If you like number 1, number 2 is on the final order cutoff. Now, we do have a new series here, Behold the Future of the Marvel Universe, featuring the debut of 2 Marvel icons. So, they've done some really shady stuff this year. Like, we're going to kill him, it's Marvel. We're going to bring her back in the next next issue, but maybe something's got to stick. I don't know. By the way, this one's in shops December 27th. So just bear in mind that you're not going to get this for Christmas. This is the cover A, but there is a Felipe Masafera spoiler variant. So maybe these new characters are on the cover. Sometimes these things slip through. If people see Timeless, they might think it's another one of the ones to do with like the Loki show, Miss Minutes, and might not order it. Who knows? You might want to get yourself a copy of the spoiler variant, and that's going for $6.99. So if you want to plop $7 down and give it a shot, go right ahead. And that's it for Marvel. Now let's hit into the rest of these. Okay, let's continue in this. We've got Dynamite Comics. We have the Wheel of Time Great Hunt number 2. It's the only one I really saw in the Dynamite category that's qualified for what I discuss on this show. Jumping into just the generic comics from everyone. Image and Dark Horse need to have their own categories. Guys, if there's anybody from previews paying attention, needs to have their own categories. They're big enough. They're big boys. Dark Horse Comics, Canary, number 2. This is the cover A, so if you like number 1, then here's your chance to get number 2. Charred Remains, number 1. This is the cover A. This is coming from Mad Cave Studios. This Mad Cave, that goes in its own, in a generic category. I get that. Image Comics, The Deviant, number 1 of 9, second printing. This is the Tinian horror. You don't ever want to miss out on a Tinian horror. But again, it's a second printing of Deviant number 1, and just at the same time, you can get your Deviant number 2 on the cover A on your final order cutoff. Okay, so what else we got going on here? We've got Fungi. Fungi. Plural. I don't know. It's coming from Scout Comics. We have the cover A. This is number 1. No, number 2. Sorry, number 2. So if you like number 1, there you go. Geiger, Ground Zero, number 2 of 2. It's the number 2, but it's the miniseries finale. Life is Strange, Forget Me Not, which is the follow-up to the Life is Strange True Colors. There's several different covers on this. This is the cover A from Titan Comics. It's got that watercolor look to it. Kind of reminds me of a Moko a little bit, but it's not, obviously. So if you like the first series and you want to check out how it progresses, here you go. Number 2 of Ministry of Compliance from IDW. Red Light, number 2 from AWA. The Rick and Morty presents Rick in a Box, number 1, cover A. Now, I only see 2 different covers available, and neither one of them really screams to me that it's really accurate to the cartoon art. I mean, it's inspired by, but it doesn't look to me. Anyway, if you're a Rick and Morty fan, don't want to miss that. Shepherd, number 1, Scout Legacy. So, coming from Scout Comics. Shift, one shot. It's a one-shot in the Massive Verse. It's a cover A. Now, if you also are interested, make sure that you hit the Syndicate Comics page. Deegan Pecoris is doing an exclusive for this, and you can order them, or you can check out Deegan Pecoris on his Instagram page, and he's got the links and all the information on this too. So I know he's got over 5,000 followers, and there's only 500 copies of his book available, so supplies will go quick. 13 Origins, The Wake, number 1. There's the cover A. Let's see what else. And Time Traveler Tales, number 2 from Dark Horse Comics. That actually rounds it out, and considering that these are the books that will be coming out right around Christmas time when we're all pretty much broke, I'm glad there aren't that many of these things. One other book that is in here, but it didn't meet the criteria, is Kill My Darlings number 4. Now, of course, I have that ordered because we're reading that as part of our back issue book club. So if you happen to be reading it also, please, we'd love it if you followed along either on the video, which comes out on Thursdays, or on the podcast, which you can please listen to, as you're driving. You can't watch a video, even though some people do, and that's how accidents happen. Anyway, and make sure that you drop a comment, drop a like on those too. We could really use the help in the algorithms of the YouTube and whomever else is in charge of all these things. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get myself back up to full size. Hey! All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If there's any other books that you feel that I've missed, would love it if you put them down in the comments. Not just for me, but for anybody else who watches the video. I try to get these things to come out on Saturday at 12 o'clock, noon. I will try to get next week's video out sooner because it is Thanksgiving weekend. And a lot of times, Previews World shuts down certain ones, like DC, early because of the holiday. I don't understand why, but they do. So I'm just going to try to keep an eye on it as best I can and get you the information as soon as I can. But until I do see you there or in a different video, because there's a bunch that come out on this channel, really appreciate you clicking like, subscribe, dropping a comment down below, click on those notifications, and then when I see you in the next video, mahalo.